we have an introduction?
Yeah, we did.
What's the introduction?
Hey, we're here tonight to do the podcast.
But what if they're not listening to it at night?
No, we're at night, baby.
Oh, this is true.
You don't go by what the people...
But you know how alcoholics say it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Babe, in the late night show, you get late night show.
I know.
It was just a late night show. Sometimes people watch it in the daytime, babe.
I'm just being facetious.
Anyways, so basically, even yourself, like let's just talk about the standard that you set for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You somehow all the time never feel any reason to give yourself any kind of grace. Because you don't give yourself grace, that itself comes from something within that you are not noticing. Just that itself.
I thought it was just that, doing that. Like, I actually kind of forced myself to do that. At one point, I did not care. Like, I really didn't care.
Care?
Yeah, I really didn't care.
What do you mean by care?
Let's see. Let's take when I was about 15. Yeah, I graduated when I was 16, so I was about 15 years old. My GPA went from a 3.71 as a sophomore in this first semester. I got a 3.71 GPA. By the end of the first semester of my 11th grade year, I was at a 0.07 GPA.
Did your mom care about that?
When she found out, she did, yeah. But I hid it pretty well.
So she cared about your grades?
Oh, yeah, she cared about it.
Well, babe, my parents never even asked me about my report card.
Oh, okay. See, my mother was so on my report card that C's didn't even make sense.
And it's weird
but
because...
really, they don't make sense. Why would I get a C?
But here's the cold part about what you're saying, babe. Let me talk to you about this part, though. Even though she was on your head about your grades, did she even really give a fuck about school for you, or did she give a fuck about you being a witness?
She gave a fuck about the image. That's what she gave a fuck about. The image. How do I look? How do I make her look as a mother? Because behind closed doors, it was like weird. It was actually weird. Now that I think about what I was stuck in, I was always weirded out by what was going on around me. Like, is this like? It doesn't seem like when I go outside of this house that I'm experiencing anything remotely similar to any other kid. This is way different. I see kids with just one mother, with just a mother, no father, one brother, one sister. You know, like I've a middle child or youngest child. Like I saw all that, but there was an element.
What was it, babe?
Yeah, fuck it. It's a podcast. I love you, mama. Just know that. I do love you. Don't think I don't. I love you to death. If anything was to ever happen to you, I would like to know and I'd like to be there. And if somebody's messing with you, I'd like to know so that I can be the first to kill them. That's how much I love you, and I always will. I don't think they had a mother that pathologically lied about everything that ever went on in her life and would tell you nothing about her past and get mad. But then when you look at some of the reactions you got from her, it had to be programmed from something back then that was horrible, because it just didn't make sense otherwise. I got slapped in the head for telling the truth. An adult asked me a question, I told him the truth. Like my mother told me to do at all times, especially this particular adult, because this adult was my mother's best friend. So I tell her, and I get slapped in the back of the head for it. Hey, why you slap me in the back of the head? Boy, shut up next time. How am I supposed to know? That they have as far as role model or anything except that person that just did that. So this world has all of a sudden become a very cruel place to a child's heart who does not want to lose his child-heartedness. Because that's when your heart's light as a feather. When it's childlike.
The best way to heal from these type of things, babe, is to actually acknowledge to yourself that this was wrong. That's the number one thing.
Oh, I've been to acknowledge that. What's the next one?
The next one is to realize and accept how it's affected you.
I just came to that realization today.
That's the next one. Okay, so the third one is going to be giving yourself the okay to tell the truth to your mom's friend.
To tell the truth to who?
Your mom's best friend. So see how your mom hit you?
Yeah.
Go back into time in your mind and in your soul and say to the little boy who got hit as a grown man, this was a predatory adult who did this to you. Right? Because see, as an adult, if you say this to your inner child, he can hear you. I know this to be true because I did this. I even went as far as putting on Psych-to-Go in Nana's house, and it said, and I put 5 things that parents shouldn't do to children. I want to tell you what happened when I did that. This is Psych-to-Go. I'm showing it to Lena on Nana's TV in the living room. She immediately got mad. Went off on my daughter. Told her why is she watching it and what is she trying to say. I said, I can't. I looked at her with such perplexity, like, I said, Mama, I put this on for Lena, and it had nothing to do with you. And when Lena saw that, Lena looked at me and said, Mom, she blamed, she said, she blamed me, Mom. I said, I know, did you peep it out? I said, and then she even went further to tell you, what were you trying to prove by watching it? You remember when my son had told you, you heard my son talking to me about how he had the lashes on that day, and my dad got tripped out about it. Before my son put them lashes on, he came to his mother and said, Mom, is it okay if I try your lashes? Because he's coming out as trans. I accept him for who he is. So I said, okay, son, sure. I'll get you some lashes. You can try the lashes. I hadn't seen them because I was gone at the time when he tried them on. He came to the only reason why my dad saw him is because my son went to the garage to go look for me because he thought that's where I was at. So my dad sees him. Okay, don't say nothing to him at the time. But
and just FYI, the son she refers to is already the man that her father could never be.
Oh God, and that's real.
Continue the story, please.
And so, my son, he came back in the house. He said, Mom, he said, he was like, how they look? And I was like, okay, cool. So I left that night and I went to somewhere. I was going the whole night. I came back at 7 o'clock in the morning. I can never forget this. And my son was sitting outside of my grandmother's house hysterically crying. I'm talking about like somebody had broke him into pieces. I was trying to figure out so fast what was wrong with him. I was so afraid. I thought it was something way bigger than,
It was.
He tells me next that my father had called him at 7 o'clock in the morning, 2 days later, about him wearing lashes that day at the garage. Talk about he gonna go to hell and God don't like gay people and all this other shit.
What you feel like you need to tell that man that for?
I mean, let me let you know something. Every time anybody over there has wronged one of my kids, I want you to know something. I have went to fucking the back on their asses fast. I don't give a fuck about what they going through. In fact, when my son said that, I got off the phone with him immediately, and I called my dad, and I said to my dad, you know what's so weird about you, Dad? Is that you got the nerve to sit here and try to talk to somebody about going to hell and being gay 2 days later. It makes me wonder what's going on with you. Was it because it struck a nerve in your shit? Because it seemed like it, because why the fuck it took you 2 days to talk about some shit and not right then?
Right.
And okay, so let me explain something. I'm saying this to the man who has defeated me in my love relationships, who haven't loved me in my relationships, who have broke me down in my relationships. Understand it? So yeah. Totally understand. Totally understand. I understand about this, but I'm going to tell you what's important for me to know. And in my heart, I thought to myself, like, you bitches will not be doing this to my children. Not in the way you've done it to me. Not in the way that I've had to, correct my own emotional standpoint towards myself, find my self-worth because you didn't have none.
That part.
And it's not personal, my nigga, because guess what? If you don't have none because you've been a piece of shit, then guess what? You
That's on you.
You are going to stand in that, but you're not going to make me be having to deal with that shit. That's unrealistic. The question I have is, what's the name of the show we called it?
Love Sounds Like a Plan.
Yes. Welcome to Love Sounds Like a Plan.
That sounds like a much better introduction, by the way. I wish I could hit the same notes as you so that we could harmonize on that. Love sounds like a plan.
Love sounds like a plan. Hey, welcome, guys. We're here tonight doing our podcast, and we're going to touch on some really, really, really important topics tonight. Some that, people probably find taboo or don't necessarily talk about because maybe they don't even know about them. But, here we are, me and my internal cosmic love here, my twin flame. And we're addressing topics. We want to address the topics, that really matter.
Just a disclaimer, because I've learned that disclaimers will help me in these situations as I haven't used them beforehand, and it's probably cost me some issues. Men, I am about to simp out greatly if you have just heard that precursor to what she just said. So if you don't want your simp out potential exposed, I would suggest just leaving the area if she's going to continue to listen to this.
Well, this is going to be something that, I don't know how people are going to take it. I'm not I'm not afraid, but I just, I don't know how people, like I said, are actually going to take it, but I do hope that it all works out. But anyways, so, my question tonight is going to be a doozer.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to address, I'm going to be addressing something that I don't believe that women are aware of. And,
oh, Lord.
This will be, I just would like to talk about how men all have a code that they follow, where it's a hierarchy-based type thing, and it goes by dominance and stature in society. Okay? And this is not really something that is a thing where they have a unanimous pick or whatever. It's mostly about the energy at hand. So they all are able to come amongst each other and detect who has the most dominant energy or what group or whatever. It's so weird how they do this when they have the less supposedly intuition than us, and we as women just don't do it at all. We don't have no type of form of filtering out if somebody's basically women be having a homegirl that's a hoe. And this is what I mean. Like, guys, if a dude don't have a job and he don't have his wife and he just a bum out there on the streets, all dudes don't give that guy the same respect as they give the dude who has a house, a family, and shit like that. But women do. Okay, so this is what I'm speaking. I'm speaking on how women, we don't. If your homegirl, she could be a ratchet and don't take care of kids, her house be dirty, but because she your homegirl, you could be working at Kaiser and be a nurse and have your shit together. But because your homegirl is your homegirl, we put her in the same bracket as us, and then expect for her to have the same as we have, just because we both women. But men don't have that in their hierarchy. You see what I'm saying? You literally have to earn your position in their world. And so I'm addressing this because of that, it makes everything that they do be a little bit more structured in dealings, okay? Yes, somebody would say, oh yeah, men are not emotionally intelligent, or they're not emotional, or they don't have any hearts, but it's more like some shit that has to do with order. It's more like something that has to do with, maintaining a guideline or some sort of boundary, right? In their society as men, like as a whole type shit. And us as women, we got this thing where a dude can be a good ass man and your homegirl can say he fucking cheated on you. Huh? And then he'll be then cheated, and then he'll be a good dad and pay for shit and shit, but you'll be like, women should be like, girl, fuck him, he did it, and do him dirty just because of what he has done with somebody else or with a woman and totally disregard this man's credibility, right? And in society, if it's women who take care of their kids, I don't hardly see men do that to women who take care of their kids. I hardly see men talk about a woman who's a good mother and put them down just because she's messing with another guy. And this is what I'm addressing. So, babe, how is it that men feel about what I'm talking about when it comes to how women have no source of hierarchy?
All the men are out of the room, hopefully.
What?
And you call me not intuitive. Ladies, I am pretty sure you understand the chopping block your sister has put you on right now. Everybody's head is on a guillotine, Miss Marie Antoinette, Queens of France. Let us eat cake, huh? Oh no, for y'all is let him eat pussy. Even if it's got a yeast infection.
Oh, Lord, no.
We don't care about none of that. Yeah, I'm talking. Never happened to me, but I've heard stories. I've heard some horrible stories. I'm talking like horror stories about vindictive women just being vindictive just to be vindictive. No code. But we're not even going to go to their extremes. Let's talk about the first part that I heard that made me stop and kind of my neck kinked to the side. So now that we're done smoking crack,
I am so done with him, girl.
That's getting edited out. You don't have to worry. Y'all won't hear none of this part.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Okay, no, okay, let's go.
Okay. So the first thing that you said was that you and your homegirl could be bum, on welfare, ain't really got much of shit, 6 kids, just, nasty. But that's your homegirl. And he could be a nurse at a hospital making good money. Y'all won't see each other in the same class. I've witnessed that happen, and it's not. I've heard too many times, that bitch just gonna ask me for money. I mean, that's my homegirl and all, but damn, we can't go out nowhere because that bitch don't got no money. I'm not saying things that pop into my head. I'm saying things that I've heard out of women.
So you misunderstood what I was talking about in which text. Because the fact is, they're still homegirls. And it's that I'm talking about. Just the fact that they're even homegirls, like they would even kick it with, like, dudes, that's a baller dude. He not finna kick it with a bum dude.
How much you want to bet?
He not, like, unless they've been knowing each other from kids.
All he's got to do is get a sense of the guy's character. If the guy's character is right, he'll hang out with him. Our code is not based on social status. I promise you it's not. Take my example. 6 years in prison. Felon, convicted felon, horrible record. Bad. Things look all bad. Now let me go around one of those establishments. I don't even have to be known or seen. I have to start speaking. I have to present myself. They're going to see a very respectable human being and they're going to let me around. And if somebody catches a little whiff of my character enough and says, I like the charisma in that guy. I have no problem with getting to know me.
I have to talk to Jermaine about this because, see, you don't know, babe. You're not even like, you and me both, but I'm way more in the current and mainstream life of things. I'm talking about now, and I'm speaking on a generality of code at this point in time in life. But you don't know what I'm talking about because it's not happening for you in your world. But I know for a fact if I talk to Jermaine and even other guys, they will say what I'm saying is true. In terms of not what you're talking about, not just somebody having a good heart. No, because most people don't just have good hearts in this time. People are very materialistic and one-track minded. So they're not going to even be looking for a characteristic in somebody, babe. That's not normal. And most people are on social media. So remember, interactions ain't based like how what you just said before. It used to be like that times ago, but now people don't interact personally no more. It's about social standards.
We're doomed. That can't work. That can't work.
We're both personal. We don't delve into
We don't stay on the shallow side of the kiddie
right.
pool.
So,
It's
but my
that
point
simple.
is, there is many people who live there, and they do not have the insights of what is going on in people's heads, how they feel about shit. These topics are not addressed due to the fact that somebody could be in their feelings, quotation marks, because if you're in your feelings, then that means you're just tripping or you're weird type shit. So,
But I made a poem about In Your Feelings. Y'all can go on YouTube and check that thing out anytime you want to. In Your Feelings. And I talk about your feelings and exactly what they really are and what it means to be in them. Because guess what? You in your feelings right now. I'm in my feelings right now. She in her feelings right now. We in our feelings. Everybody's in their feelings. Otherwise, guess what? If you wasn't in your feelings, your nerve endings would be shut down. Your brain would stop working. You'd be dead.